WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 72 degrees. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies, a low of 62. Monday, mostly sunny with a high of 78. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. Several Wisconsin workers are facing backlash over social media posts about the death of Charlie Kirk.
In Milwaukee, Nextdoor Childcare fired an employee who criticized Kirk's pro-gun views online. In Wausau, nonprofit leader Callie Wolk lost her positions after posting well-deserved with clapping emojis. A Laconia high school teacher is on leave for calling Kirk a racist and white nationalist. In Cudahy, the school district is investigating an employee over a social media post made outside school hours. And in Elkhorn, an associate principal was falsely accused after her photo was misused in a viral post. The district confirmed she had no role. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
A man from Utah is under arrest, accused of placing an explosive device under a news media vehicle. ABC's Alex Stone.
58-year-old Adib Nasser now under arrest on multiple charges, including weapons of mass destruction, for allegedly placing an explosive device under a news media vehicle parked next to an occupied building. That device was lit, according to police, but failed to detonate. On Saturday, the FBI executed a search warrant at Nasser's Salt Lake City area home. Police say 2 hoax weapons of mass destruction were found inside, which Nasser claimed were real. The neighborhood was evacuated. Drugs and guns were allegedly found in the home. Nasser and a roommate have been booked into the Salt Lake County Jail. Alex Stone, ABC News.
A man from Delavan has died in a motorcycle crash in Rock County early this morning. WISC TV reports a 44-year-old man was speeding near County Highway A and M when he failed to clear a left curve. He struck a mailbox and a power pole, then was ejected from the motorcycle. The man was not wearing a helmet. He died at the scene. A bird catches fire in Delafield.
Near the Delafield Cemetery, 600 Poplar Path. Apparently a sandhill crane flew into a power line. I guess somewhat caught fire and was smoking on the ground.
Audio courtesy of Broadcastify. The crane died a few hours later after it struck the power line on Saturday morning. It's unclear if the incident caused any power disruptions. Local business leaders are pushing for a study to widen a congested stretch of I-94. Companies and unions say improving the corridor would benefit the economy. Milwaukee Business Journal editor-in-chief Timothy Gibbons tells WTMJ.
People in Waukesha County have been pushing to have a study done to see if widening would make sense. In the latest budget, the governor vetoed money that would have done such a study, basically saying, look, you should go through the Department of Transportation. They have a process. Go through that process. So now a bunch of business interests in the county have come together to push the Department of Transportation to do this study.
Business leaders say the section where the highway narrows from 3 lanes to 1 creates bottlenecks and more accidents. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:03.
You gotta get to Built Right today. WTMJ's Vince Vetrano for Built Right furniture, leather, mattresses. Built Right's biggest Labor Day sale ever. Plus, their $1 million clearance sell-off are held over. So if you are looking for affordable, better quality furniture or mattresses, you gotta do what my family does. We go to Built Right, love our new living room furniture, our son's sleeping on a new mattress, and most importantly, we enjoyed the shopping experience. 4 generations, 97 years strong and celebrating 19 years in that Greenfield location. 3rd and 4th generation family members right there in the store working alongside their amazing team. Get ready for your holiday guests with thousands of items in stock or custom order at a low sale price. USA made, small scale, Ohio Amish made, and real solid wood furniture. 60 models of USA made mattresses. Built Right always saves you money. Free in-store design services. Voted best place to shop. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Make sure to tell them Vinny sent you. To Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield. Vince Vetrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Get your aches and pains under control and bring back your energy. Whether it's headaches, neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, time and repetition is key to staying on the right track. I've been seeing Dr. Alex and his team for 2 years now. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. Connect Chiropractic uses a special tool that is targeted and effective, yet pain-free and gentle. In Delafield and Wauwatosa, and the new location on Rawson Avenue in Oak Creek. Get started at GoConnectChiro.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers take the series but fall to the Cardinals in Game 3. Final score 3-2 this afternoon. They're off Monday, then back at American Family Field Tuesday night. They'll take on the Angels with coverage starting after the 6 o'clock news. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads this evening, no major incidents and no slowdowns.
She's wrapping up.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies, the low of 62. Monday, mostly sunny, high of 78, and a bit warmer inland. Tuesday, still mostly sunny, a high of 80. Wednesday, mostly sunny again, a high of 82. Thursday, partly sunny with a chance for showers, a high of 78. On Friday, could see some thunderstorms, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, it's 76 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 71. In Waukesha, it's 72. And in Milwaukee, it's 72 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:05.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
That sounds responsible, right? That sounds like a grown-up speaking. Fiscal discipline. That is what this country needs, right? So let me ask you, when the government, and again, I'm doing the air quotes, tightens the belt, who's standing underneath the belt when it snaps back?
I never ask anybody to agree, ever. Don't want you to agree. Honestly, should I be transparent? I don't really care if you agree. I, like you, want to be heard.
Live at the Avenue.
Mike's hot.
Listen, Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Denise Thomas and oh wait, I'm not Denise Thomas. She's Denise Thomas. I'm Dr. I was trying to figure out which was which and who was who, and then I had to look at you and go, oh yeah, my hair doesn't look like. Well, I guess I don't have hair. My hair don't look like that. Good evening, Denise Thomas, the effective communication coach. How are you?
Good evening, Dr. Ken Harris. And just so you know, I'm not that far away from you in terms of hair length. I love the bald look.
But I got hair. It's just low. I just have it cut real low, but I actually do have hair.
I'm just saying, I
got fuzz.
I love your hair cut.
Well, thank you. I love yours too.
Thank
so you say you don't like it when it gets longer and turns gray. Is that what I'm hearing?
For you or me? Because I'm
me.
Obviously. Oh, okay.
Because we live in a world that you either like it or you don't. There's no in the middle for anything. That's the world we live in. You're either on my side or you're against me 100%.
There was a time, Dr. Ken.
Yes, ma'am.
And it wasn't that long ago where you were rocking a nice beard and it was gray. Yep. And I was like, okay, Dr. Ken, I see you. It was very nice.
And it was nicely trimmed and full and kept all neat and everything. And then I said,
yes,
COVID's over. Can we get rid of this? Poof. And it was gone. Like, I'm tired of COVID.
No, it looked nice on you. You're what?
Well, thank you, I think. Because that was
indeed a compliment.
Well, every week did you hear that story? I'm sorry. This for did you hear the story? Jessica Gatzo, by the way, thank you, Jessica Gatzo from the WTMJ Breaking News.
Thank you, Jessica.
The story about the crane that can you call Jessica? Can you have Jessica come? Cause I need an explanation about this. Because this, I don't know if you heard this story, but there was a story where a crane caught on fire, like a bird. And I'm trying to figure out how do birds catch on. Out of all the things you could do, I'm just trying to think. Like, I know if you walk too close to those like high transformer lines and all that, like the fact that you get close to it, the magnetism will like smoke you, but you burn you. How does a bird get burned? Catch fire.
That's a great question. And I did not, and just so you know, I'm multitasking. For those that are not watching us, if you can watch Dr. Ken and I live right now on our YouTube channel, just simply by going to YouTube and searching for 620 WTMJ And for those that are watching us live, you're probably like, Denise, you got a lot going on. I promise our incredible producer, Evan, was trying to get me positioned right. I think I'm almost there. So Evan, just virtually slap me on the wrist.
Is wonderful. Just leave it. Just leave it.
What do you like about my background? There must be something that's really catching your eye. What do you?
It's just cray. I see you got a picture of yourself in the bottom corner. You know, with the eyes out and the.
Oh, see, I was gonna try to be nice today. Never mind. It's on now. See, I tried to be nice. You couldn't even let us be nice for the first segment. Now all bets are off. I'm back to being
like,
DT with Dr. Ken.
What the? Like you was gonna ever. That lasted like 4.5 minutes, and then you.
I was gonna try.
I know. You was gonna.
But we have a lot of great. We do have a lot of great topics that we've prepared for you as we are broadcasting live. It is Sunday, September the 14th, and I do believe this broadcast will be simulcasting on our sister station, The Truth, 101.7 FM, Milwaukee Black Talk Radio. And if you miss any of our episodes, you can always download either the Truth app or the 620 WTMJ app, and you can listen to The Truth Unfiltered with Dr. Ken and myself any and every time you feel like it.
So Jessica came back in because I said, hey, Jessica,
good.
I'm not really feeling this.
Thank goodness.
Can you please explain? Because when she read it on the air, I laughed out loud, and then I had to catch myself, and I didn't know if she caught me laughing. What is the deal with a bird catching on fire?
Yes, a crane to be specific.
Okay.
Police scanner, we hear in Delafield, they respond to a cemetery where a crane flew into a power line. The bird caught on fire, and then it fell to the ground and was continuing to, I guess.
And the coroner came and pronounced him dead. And they gave him life to life and CPR. Okay, I'm just kidding. A crane?
See, Jessica, this is why
you
should even entertain.
Wow,
you should even entertain Dr. Ken. See, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, isn't it funny?
Well, I actually just saw 5 sandhill cranes this morning when I was taking a walk. So,
oh wow,
it was So quite ironic. That was the first story I walked into today.
Yeah,
this afternoon.
You go around the river or you go around a lake, and they just walk, and people stop, and traffic stops, and it's like, hey, I'm walking here.
Right. Well, yeah.
So you could be a human being in a crosswalk and get hit by a car. But if you're a crane in the middle of the block, they stop for you. See, I just don't understand that. So God forbid I be unsympathetic to the crane that flew itself into the power line and then caught fire. I'm just saying.
You don't want to blame the power line?
Oh, wow. It's the power line. The power line moved. They should have known when they built it in, 1960, 70, something. That on September 13th of 2025, a crane was going to fly into it. You're right. They should have known. Okay. Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you,
See,
Jessica.
I didn't want people to think I was crazy. I mean, seriously. A crane
It's okay, Dr. Ken. People, they know you're crazy. No, I'm just kidding. When we come back, look at Dr. Ken's face. When we come back, there's been a number of headlines over the past week. And as we're entering a new week, I do want to honor and recognize that last week on September 11th, it marked the 24th anniversary of 9/11, a day that forever has changed or forever changed America. And when you think about wherever we were, who we were with, and, just the disbelief as many of us, whether we were actually there in New York or watching it take place, those planes hitting the Twin Towers and the Pentagon, and obviously when Flight 93 went down in Pennsylvania. And when we get into this, when we come back from break, Dr. Ken, what have we done with that memory? Because I remember, if anything else, the bipartisanship, the unity, as you know, nearly 3,000 lives were taken. And it was never about race, gender, political affiliation.
Can you say that
So
again?
we come back from break, political affiliation. So we come back from break. We're going to get into the 24th anniversary, September 11th, which took place last week. And again, how that forever changed America. But when we look at where we are today as a country, so on this 24th anniversary, my question is to you, Dr. Ken, and to our valued listeners, and our talk and text line, Unsighting Unlimited talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Have we let the unity that we carried, have we let it fade into hashtags? And have we, for everyday lessons of resilience, compassion, and courage that immediately took place amongst all Americans when the Twin Towers, again, the Pentagon and Flight 93 went down in Pennsylvania? You are listening to The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken. We're going to get into this. When we come back, we want to hear your thoughts. Stay locked in.
This year, it just feels different.
You're clear.
He struck him out.
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Dutch Boys Durafighter is an interior paint and primer in one with a tough-lasting formula. It provides great scrub resistance and durability with remarkable hide and a smooth finish. Save big on Dutch Boys Durafighter paint at Menards and start your next project today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory's arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine. That's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Welcome back to The Truth Unfiltered with
Like that.
Dr. Ken Harris.
I feel like doing an Eminem. Turn me up is my boycott. Check 1, check 2. Shout out to Eminem.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to be dancing.
I know, right? I was feeling that, Evan. I was like, turn my mic, because you know the beginning of the song, Eminem's like, turn me up. All right. Thank you so much. If you are just now tuning in, happy Sunday. It is Sunday, September 14th, 2025. You are listening to The Truth Unfiltered with DT, yours truly, or I should say yours truly, DT, and the Dr. Ken Harris, who you can also listen to live every weekday on our sister station, The Truth 101.7 FM. And that is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So many Wisconsinites, so many Americans tune in.
So tomorrow, speaking of being on Marathon Radio tomorrow, it's going to be a long
How you going to just
day
cut
for
me off and
somebody.
I'm trying to hype you up?
Because I was
I'm trying
hyping
to
up
hype
my
you up,
show
Dr.
for
Ken.
you. for you. So you get to listen to Denise tomorrow for 4 straight hours.
Oh, that's right. I
Yes,
forgot about that. Hold on.
I'm
Is that
trying to hype her
tomorrow?
up, and she getting mad at me for Citing Unlimited talk and text line. WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Call Denise and tell her I will be listening to you tomorrow. And
I am hosting. That's right.
Yes, you are. Also, wanna think about, so 9/11 was surreal for me because I was working in law enforcement on the South Side, and I had to go to those, anytime they tell you, hey, by the way, I know you had to come in early and you've been working like 8 hours already and it's only like 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the evening, but we need you to go sit at the gas station. Yeah, because people are literally fighting over gas. And I had to go sit at the gas station just south of Oklahoma. I think it was an Amoco. And we had to sit there and allow people to line up and be orderly to get gas because everybody was panicked. I mean, I never thought I'd live to see, you read stuff about war and in Germany and London and their rationing. It didn't click that would ever happen here. And then 9/11 hit, and I'm standing here thinking to myself, so I got to stand here in uniform at a gas station because people don't know how to act right. To put gas in their car, all they're going to do is turn around and go home. And then it dawned on me it was gasoline. And if something jump off, it's still gasoline, which can catch fire and go boom. And, it was, I think personally, I've just put it out of my head. I think the further I get away from it, I just kind of put it out of my head.
It's obvious. And when I say it's obvious to you, Dr. Ken, I don't necessarily mean you as an individual. But for a brief moment, when 9/11 happened, and by no means am I someone who enjoys a triumph based on a tragedy. However, with that said, for that, and I say it was a moment because this country, we were not divided by race, we weren't divided by zip codes, and we definitely were not divided by politics. We were Americans that were grieving. Just stay with me, y'all, because what I'm saying to you is I'm trying to understand, how did we get away from here, Dr. Ken? Because we were not just Americans grieving as a country, unified. We were, you can literally Google images. And for those, if you were not born or if you weren't alive and you're listening, if you Google image, you will see literally strangers holding on to each other and literally see people searching for hope in the rubble. And there's no pun intended with that, Dr. Ken.
Yep, absolutely.
What have we done with that memory?
You remember when people would walk up to cops, and I'm making an admission on the air, I think for the first time. It's late at night. It's like midnight, 1 o'clock. I go to a gas station now on National and Layton on the South Side. And I go in, and a man walks up to me. Now, this is a time when people don't like the police. Man walks up to me and holds his hand out. This
Wait a minute, hold on. You said this is the time?
Yeah, it's a time when people don't like the police. This is 2001.
People don't like the police now, Dr. Ken. It's okay, but that's a fact. It's not a feeling. Okay, so I just want to make sure you understood that.
Right? You might want to add a little time to that, right? And so he walked up, and it was the first time it had ever happened to me in the entire time I had been in law enforcement. 2001, I came in 93. It's 2001. Guy walks up and holds his hand out. And he said, "Thank you for your service." What was embarrassing for me is I didn't know how to respond. And that's when it hit me that 9/11 had literally changed the fabric of this country forever. Well, I thought forever, but well.
Well, let me just say this again, if you're just tuning in, as we all know, last week on September 11th, it was the 24th anniversary. And Dr. Ken, we're discussing, what have we done as Americans with that memory?
Yep.
And, I'm just going to say it, Dr. Ken. And again, I'm going to ruffle some feathers. I'm just going to say it. And I've said this to many of my close friends in private, but I'm going to go ahead and say it publicly.
Did you still got those close friends though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a lot. I don't have many,
Not a lot.
many close friends. But because the Business Journal, the Milwaukee Business Journal, I promise I'm not going to finish my thought. The Milwaukee Business Journal just released an article about wealth and how we as Americans, not just, as Americans, but just even in the state of Wisconsin and here in Milwaukee, how we determine or measure or even qualify wealth. And a lot of it has to do with happiness. Like wealth is not just monetary wealth.
Correct.
And when I think about honoring 9/11, because every year this country, we honor and we remember 9/11. And I'm just asking myself, what happened? What happened when tragic things happen? The unity. And I'm going to tell you, like I told my close friends, we used to say, Dr. King, the root cause of all evil is money. I think the root cause of all evil in today's society is social media. People have taken social media to a level of where security, safety, and even freedom have been compromised. And there's a level of generational awareness where I'm going to say it because I told you this is truth unfiltered. A lot of us as parents have failed because the generational gaps that exist, including the lack of awareness of what 9/11 meant and how it changed and how we responded as Americans to what we see now. Like, how are we on the legacy of all the people who you rightfully, not being told, but who you rightfully regard as a freedom fighter, as someone or a group of people that have served this country to protect our freedom, including police officers, including armed forces, veterans, but also including just the spirit of, again, supporting one another and not letting politics and individuals
right,
who feel a certain way, who have every right to feel a certain way, but you can't see, Dr. Ken, because I told you before the show, I'm not going to go there. I'm just trying to understand, how do we continue to honor the legacy of this country being a country that has been branded as a free country, where I am seeing, reading, and witnessing so much division that is based off of someone's beliefs, values, perspectives, and opinions, whether they are true or not. And we're seeing all this violence. So again, what are we doing? What are we doing as Americans?
I think what we're doing, and I know we have to take a break, one of the things I think we're doing is we're placing, and understand the context I'm saying this, we're placing politics, we're placing race, we're placing belief, we're placing education level, how much money you make, where you live, your house, your car, in front of everything so that I can filter out people, right? Well, we do the opposite, because then when we have an issue, instead of accepting my race or accepting who I am, we automatically dismiss it. And so, minorities, Black people, Hispanic, Asian, are in a weird place where everybody gets to scream, Let's rise above. It's about humanity, but it's the type of humanity that you choose. And and when you don't include other people in your humanity, that's a problem.
So do you think that the spirit of togetherness will ever be alive in this country again, or has it just completely faded? And that's a question for Dr. Ken as well as our listeners. What is it going to take as we go to break? What is it going to take, WTMJ listeners? Yes, you. I see you. What is it going to take for us as a nation to find that same unity again without a tragedy forcing it? That's my question to you, Dr. Ken. That's my question to our valued listeners. What is it going to take for us as a nation, the United States of America, to find unity again? 855-616-1620 is our Citing Unlimited talk and text line, 855-616-1620. You are listening to The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken Harris. We will be back.
Family owned and operated. Yep, we sure are. Since 1970. And I know you've probably heard it a million times. But the words family owned and operated hold a lot of water. They mean you can count on dealing with an expert. Because when your dad runs the show, he teaches you all that he knows. They mean prompt service. Because it's not just our job, it's a big part of our life. They mean you're actually working with someone who has accountability and a real interest in your satisfaction and their business's overall success. So when you hear businesses say the words family owned and operated, give them a try. Because small business owners like us really do have your best interest in mind. And when you need advice from Southeastern Wisconsin's foremost glass experts, call me. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of Southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
Like that.
You're listening to Truth Unfiltered, not to be confused with Truth Unlimited. At 855-616-1620. That's the Citing Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. So before the break, Denise asked me a question. What's it going to take for us to get back to where we were as a country in these United States of America? Before I answer, 920-918 said September 11th we had a common enemy. Now everybody's enemy is whoever disagreed with your political views. That's Pat.
Oh my gosh, who said that?
Pat.
Who said that?
Pat from Sheboygan Falls.
Pat, preach.
Ding.
Preach, Pat.
Yep.
Preach. Yep. Oh.
And then 262-210 said, very frustrating time right now. I don't know what to believe about whatever happens. There are always two different sides of the story. And let me toss in, there isn't. It's actually three. Your way, their way, and the right way of the story, and leaves me wondering if either is true. It always seems whatever happens for one side, it's somebody just, because now it just moved. It seems that whatever happens on one side, it's the greatest thing, and for the other side, it is demonic or threatening our democracy. And at some point, people come together through shared values. People come together through shared experiences. Unfortunately, we're separating for the same thing now.
And you know what? Here's the thing, though. And this goes back to social media, Dr. Ken. And to Pat's point, because as I was putting further what Pat had shared on the Citing Unlimited talk and text line, which again is 855-616-1620. And we appreciate your perspectives and input. Here's the thing. If 9/11 happened last week, September 11th, 2025, and the World Trade Center was attacked, and those same 3,000 lives were taken away. You're going to have people who go on social media and say things like, this is a very, family, y'all, they're listening. I just want y'all to know, Dr. Ken knows that this is a very difficult topic for me. And I'm usually, as a media host, co-host, public speaker, professional coach, this is actually, based on my recollection, this is one of the hardest things that it's just hard for me to talk about this because of what Pat had said and the other listener. It's like you say something and people just want to attack you and cancel you. But I feel that if 9/11 would have happened last week for the first time because of social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have Instagram and Facebook, in 2001.
Yeah.
And you've got these platforms where people who are not trained, qualified, certified, or even experts making these profound statements, and then you have people who believe them.
Well, that's because it would be Donald Trump's fault. Like, we blame. Oh, wait, it's Joe Biden's fault. It's we have to put blame on someone, and then we use that to raise money. But how do you stop people from doing that? How do you change the mind of a person, Denise? I don't.
Oh, you don't want my reaction, because my reaction to that question, and I said this to one of my close friends too. I said, and here's the thing. Let me be clear.
Wait. You only got 3 close friends. I mean, you're that's a lot of talking for.
Look, you're right. And you're one of them, Dr. Ken. He's like, no, I'm not. Listen, I know this will never happen. And me, of all people who, a business owner, I have a huge reliance on marketing my business through social media. Although, for the record, let me just say this. Word of mouth is still the number one form of effective marketing. I would have no problem, Dr. Ken. I promise you, if the governor, the president, the mayor, the FCC, what other entity said, for a month, we are deactivating social media, I promise you, I'd be like, ding dong, the witch is dead, ding ding. I would be like, yes.
Denise.
I promise.
You'd have to actually call me. You'd have to pick up the phone.
You'd actually have to
no email, no, I gotta call you. Imagine, what did we do before email?
Oh no, I got a better one for you, Dr. Ken. You mean I would actually have to say things to someone's face that I know I would never say to their face?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
That's a big one. But yes, I do remember picking up the phone and calling people and having conversations.
Yeah. And not misinterpreting what somebody was saying to you because it was in a text. And then getting mad.
That part.
Oh, it's about control.
That part.
Wait, time out. How do we get from this to me controlling you because I said I did something? Or what?
That part.
We misinterpret so much. Or now, I heard today, LOL really doesn't mean LOL, right?
Oh my gosh, I can't keep up.
But ... to boomers means something completely different for someone else. Like, everybody else thinks ... means you're going to say something after that, right? For me, it's like, and so on, et cetera. Or, you know what I mean. And my daughter will text me back and go, well, what else?
I was going to say it's the prior for me. If I put ... that means I'm waiting for you to respond.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'd be waiting for you to respond.
Or I was going to say, or more to come. Like ... more to come.
Right.
But it depends, to your point. It depends on the person and the context.
Yeah.
And I promise you, and I'm curious, WTMJ listeners, would you be mad if we got put on punishment? Because for a lot, it would feel that way. Well, let me say it differently. Would you feel that you were on punishment, or would you feel relief if social media was deactivated for 30 days? Like, you would not be able to, even if you're someone who doesn't comment, you just kind of like, I call it a voyeur. You're a social media voyeur. You just watch.
Keyboard warrior, talk trash, but nobody knows.
Or keyboard, the keyboard courage. However, how would you feel? And do you think that this world, or even this country, would be more unified without access to social media?
We would,
because I promise you,
the purge, the social media purge.
Yes. Ooh, I love that, Dr. Ken. I love the purge, the social media purge. Well, I can tell you right now, anybody under the age of 30, yeah, it would be ugly.
We couldn't stop people from going to Target.
Actually, you know what? Now that I just said that out loud, forget about it. Because you talk about riots. Could you imagine the riots that would take? Forget it. Never mind. Don't even worry about it.
They're burning down. Oh, my God. Watch this. Turn off all Wi-Fi nationwide. Just Wi-Fi. Not electricity, not gas. Just
now you messing
Wi-Fi.
around.
The fight.
Now, see, I didn't say that, y'all. That's Dr. Ken. I didn't say cut off Wi-Fi.
By court order, and U.S. Supreme Court has banished it for, well, I don't know. An hour's about the limit because people freaked out when, like, what went down the other day? Like Twitter or Instagram, and people lost their minds. I don't get it.
Yeah, there was something else. Oh, Verizon had another outage, but let me just say this, Dr. Ken, because I want to make a clear distinction. I am not advocating for Wi-Fi shutdown. I'm only advocating for social media. Because think about it, Wi-Fi is kind of like, especially if you have a smart home. I live in a smart home. So
I don't know what that means.
Everything it means that everything that you utilize is dependent on having Wi-Fi. So, for example,
Evan,
I control.
We're gonna take a trip to Texas. Yeah, we're gonna, and then we're gonna unplug that part that gives the power to her Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, we're on the air. Yeah, we can just unplug it, and then we're gonna put a camera in her house, and we want to see how Denise responds when she ain't got no Wi-Fi at all.
Guess what? You wouldn't be able to see with the camera because there ain't no Wi-Fi. That's what I'm trying to tell you,
we're gonna be there.
Wi-Fi
we're gonna get some binoculars. They're gonna be like, "Hey, where's Denise?"
Everything in my house
have a hotspot for
is
the camera,
connected.
so we're good.
See, I'm just telling you, everything in this house is. I live in a smart home. Everything from the air conditioning to the washer and dryer, all the major appliances, my surveillance. I can show you right now when we go to break on my phone. My surveillance.
Wow.
Because here's the thing. Because I travel so much, I have to be able to control my house when I'm not here.
Evan?
I don't need Instagram or X or Facebook to control my house, but you best believe I need my Wi-Fi now. But yeah, I live in a smart home.
Turn her clothes off while they're
drying. Most newly constructed home. most newly constructed homes are smart.
That is true.
And you have an app. You have an app. So I have an app on my phone, and I just so that's why I tell people.
Yeah.
You travel so much, Denise. Do you worry about the safety of your home? Absolutely not.
Yeah. When my garage door opens, I get a text.
See what I'm saying? and let me just say this, because y'all know I live in Texas, and y'all know how we get down here in Texas. Everything is controlled by Wi-Fi, and I'll let you get creative and think about what that means. Everything.
Okay, I just went somewhere I'm probably not supposed to go.
Everything.
We still got 30 more seconds before we got to break.
This Texas. Everything. Mess around and find out.
Wow.
That's all I'm
So,
saying.
I'm going to save the day. Talking text line says truth, honesty, holding people responsible for what they do, and forget all the BS that's put out by everybody you listen to, watch, or read. Sorry for the language, but that's exactly where it is. Bring it. We all could use social media time out. I only text.
Right?
I do not have any social media platforms, but after the events of this week, my wife read me some of the stuff on social media. I don't understand how anybody condoned what happened. It was disgraceful. Some of the things my wife read to me.
I will say this. I will say this. First of all, thank you for your comment.
Yep.
I'm not going to go there. All I will say is this. Just like I remember where I was and my immediate thoughts on 9/11 in 2001 were the exact same thoughts and feelings that I had. And I feel like this whole year, and that thought was, as a mother, my goodness, those innocent babies have no father, and their father is gone, and he will never come back. And now the mother has to navigate that trauma, that grief, the mourning, raising two children without that was my immediate thought. And that was my immediate thought at 9/11, all of those innocent people who were just going to work that day.
Yep.
And that's all I have to say. I'm not getting into, there's just some things you say when it's just me and you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this is radio. I know this is the Truth Unfiltered. But all I'm saying is this. I know I've said things that have made people say, I don't like her. Well, why? Because she said this. I respect that. I don't agree with it, but I respect it. But what I cannot in any shape, form, or fashion accept, tolerate, or respect is knowing that we live in a world, not just a country, where if you disagree with someone, then it drives you to a point where you want to take their life. There's no coming back from death. It's and you get one.
Yep.
And those two babies. And quite frankly, I'm not married. My parents have been married for 57 years. I guarantee you, and you've been married for how long, Dr. Ken? How many years?
Me and Methuselah was married at the same time. So that's about 37 years.
I'm sure if I asked you or your beautiful wife or my parents, did you get married to become a widow? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. We have failed as parents because I tell my kids all the time, in everything that you do, in every decision that you make, in every that you choose, there's short game and there's long game. And you better make sure in that moment where it may be emotionally driven, that whatever choice you make, the long game, the long-term consequences align with your core values and your core beliefs and you being a good person. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard, long life.
855-616-1620 is the Citing Unlimited talk and text line. Your thoughts? And when we come back, I want to talk about the guy that's accused of doing the shooting, and not the victim himself, not Charlie Kirk. Because I heard some things that disturbed me, and I want to address it in a way that I think is straightforward, honest, and responsible. You're listening to Truth Unfiltered. Denise Thomas, I'm Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be right back.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is here for you, bringing you the latest headlines with John McCure.
Decision Wisconsin. The top elected official in Milwaukee County is running for governor. Does this fundamentally change anything in the race for governor?
And diving into the details with Julia Fellow.
There's a long way until August of next year with a Democratic primary. Josh Call. Everyone is waiting for him to announce.
Tune in to Wisconsin's afternoon news, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m., only here on WTMJ.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Patrick and Monica initially chose a bank to get pre-approved and provide financing for the purchase of their first home. But they were getting a bad feeling when a week after their offer was accepted, the bank still hadn't locked in their rate, nor had the appraisal been ordered. Monica shared her concerns with a friend who happened to be a multi-time Accunet client. That led to Monica connecting with one of our senior loan consultants the same day, and after gathering some information and reviewing options, we locked in their rate right then and there with loan costs $3,600 lower than what the bank had quoted. The appraisal was ordered right away too, and the loan closed on time just 3 weeks later. We also noticed an oversight in the contract that led to a $3,000 credit from the seller. You can get a generic pre-approval and average or worse service from a bank, or you can get the kind of fast service, advice, attention to detail, and savings that made Monica and Patrick Accunet's latest raving fans. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
You know when that big online store has special days with ridiculously low prices?
Yeah?
Why doesn't Hasselus Mattress do that?
We do.
You do? When?
Every day.
Okay, good one. But really, when are the big discounts?
Like I said, every day. You know our showrooms are employee-free.
So I can give your mattresses a try?
With no pushy sales guy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that allows us to sell Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, and more for way less.
Give me numbers.
Our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Free next day delivery, too.
And you do this every day?
Yeah. Plus, through Monday, get a free box spring with every Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, and more, or take an equal amount off an adjustable base.
Wow.
So I guess you could say now is a prime time to buy.
I see what you did there.
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
You're listening to
Mike's up.
Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth Unfiltered. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017 is the number, because we will be on tomorrow from 6 till 8 on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, as we are now, right now, on 620 WT. And Denise Thomas will be filling in
There
for
you go.
Dr. Ken from 4 to 6. And then we'll both be on.
That was so
From
weak.
6 to
I'm gonna
8.
need you to put a little bit more
And-
enthusiasm on it, Dr.
Well, I
Ken.
was
Start
trying to speed
over.
up because of time, and I want to make
Start
my
over.
comment. And, oh no, I'm not starting over. Come on.
This is your
We're not
show.
starting-
You can start
I-
over.
That's why I'm not going to start over, because it's my show. It's our show. Notice how when she want me to say something, it's my show, so I should feel obligated to.
You guys, you sound like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Listen to Denise. She's on 4 to 6. Okay. Yeah, I need you to put some Tigger.
So before the break, I was talking about this idiotic, ridiculous. No, the suspect. No ad hominem attacks. The suspect in the Charlie Kirk murder. The thing that disturbs me whenever something happens, when a crime happens, right? And I have an example. When the white person is the perpetrator, and it's something as egregious as a Charlie Kirk or shooting at the president or killing somebody, white people always talk about mental health. Mental health, mental health, mental health. They should have been checked. We should have had laws. As if killing that person, there was only one reason. But when black people do it, like the guy who clearly had mental health issues on the train in Charlotte, North Carolina, on the light rail, well, he's just evil. You know, we have those evil people in the world. And then when the mayor of Charlotte says clearly, if you look at this guy's track record, and because he had the 14 arrests and all that, it was because he had mental health issues, and you could see it and it's documented. You complained about her trying to downplay the fact that the white female Ukrainian blonde-haired girl got killed because that's all you pay attention to, even when they're missing. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with whenever a white person does something evil, they're never evil. They're mentally ill. But when a black person does it, see, that's how those people are. They're evil. No. What was his name? Kyle Robinson? He's evil. There's no mental health. There's no issues. He's evil. And accept it. Stop trying to mitigate what this guy did. Because if you mitigate that, then you got to mitigate Charlotte when the black guy stabbed the white girl. You got to mitigate homicides in the city. Let's do it then. Let's follow your rule. You can't cry and complain and talk about we should, but then you don't apply it to us. Again, Denise said it best. If these going to be the United States, when we win, we win. And when we lose, you got to take your portion of the blame too.
Dr. Ken, I told you this was going to be a very, and I'm usually not at a mince for words. This was going to be a very difficult for me show today. I will read this quote from James Baldwin. And I pray with every inch and grain of my soul, body, and mind that y'all know who James Baldwin is. If you do not,
use social media, find him.
But this is why I talk about, and we'll talk about that another day, what has been regarded as Black history, which is actually American history. But anywho, I want to share with you a quote from James Baldwin. And James Baldwin, he's been unalive now for how many years, Dr. Ken?
When did James Baldwin? I do not know.
Can we do a fact check?
Let me check while you talk.
I know we got 1 minute. So while we're fact checking, the reason why I'm asking for facts on his life in terms of when he was born and when he
Died in
transitioned.
1987.
All right. TMJ, truth listeners. 19, you said 50, 67.
He was born August 2nd,
87.
1924, passed away December 1st, 1987.
Way before social media, the World Wide Web, 24/7 news. Here we go. And then we'll go to break. We can disagree and still love each other unless your disagreement is rooted in my oppression and denial of my humanity and right to exist. James Baldwin. You're listening to The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be back.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved, but here you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Your locally owned hometown station gives you the news and what it means to you. Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 69 degrees. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies, a low of 62. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 78, and a bit warmer inland. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. A fake social media post is stirring up chaos in Elkhorn schools. A Facebook profile wrongly linked Associate Principal Cindy Rehberg to a derogatory post about Charlie Kirk, sparking hundreds of angry calls. Superintendent Jason Tadlock tells WTMJ.
We received probably about, at this point, 700 different voicemails. Senator Nass's office also gave me a call because they were concerned, again, seeing that post, that Cindy Rehberg had made that post. And I shared with them, I'm like, absolutely not. She didn't make that post.
Tadlock says law enforcement is now involved and police presence at schools will be increased this week. The president announces that National Guard troops will be deployed to Memphis next to address crime. Democratic Tennessee Mayor Paul Young.
I want to be clear, I did not ask for the National Guard, and I don't think it's the way to drive down crime. However, that decision has been made.
Memphis police have reported a 5-year low in crimes like robbery and burglary and a 6-year low in murders. Another NATO ally caught in the crosshairs of a Russian drone. ABC senior White House correspondent Sinalina Wang.
For the first time in years, Russia and Belarus launching large joint military exercises. It comes as tensions are running high in Eastern Europe's skies. Romania scrambling fighter jets after a Russian drone flew through its airspace, the second incursion over a NATO country in less than a week. EU's foreign policy chief calling this another reckless escalation after Poland deployed their own fighters on Saturday over the threat of drone strikes in neighboring Ukraine.
Meanwhile, President Trump is threatening new sanctions on Russia as he prepares to visit the UK this week. A Milwaukee County supervisor is withdrawing his resolution to cut bus service on Christmas Day. Sheldon Wasserman of District 3 says he changed his mind after hearing from riders who rely on public transit on holidays. Last year, about 14,000 bus rides were provided on Christmas Day. Wasserman made his proposal last week as a way to save the Milwaukee County transit system about $130,000. Meanwhile, MCTS is working on lowering its $9 million budget deficit. Brewers legend Bob Uecker sent a special message to the team this weekend. Manager Pat Murphy reading it to the players.
Never a doubt you would get this invitation. You did it by believing. I wish I was there. Things are good. The God Almighty picked me to be on his team up here, albeit I'm the third catcher. Don't forget to take it all in, enjoy it, keep it light, and believe in each other. Bob Uecker.
A reminder for the players as they head into the postseason. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 8:03.
Ken David Mazur's thoughtful and spectacular final season as music director of the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra kicks off in grand style as the MSO welcomes Stuart Goodyear to the Bradley Symphony Center as soloist in the Piano Concerto for the Left Hand by Maurice Ravel. This dazzling and inventive showpiece will be preceded by Swedish composer Andrea Torotti's festive overture. And then, in the second half, it's Richard Strauss's autobiographical work Ein Heldenleben, or A Hero's Life. With moving solos for the concertmaster, this piece features all that's best in Strauss, from its vast, sweeping design to lush harmonies and brilliant, masterful orchestration. The MSO's season opener, A Hero's Life, runs September 13th and 14th only. So reserve your tickets now while you still can. Visit MSO.org or call the box office at 414-291-7605.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All sports desk. The Brewers take the series, but fell to the Cardinals in Game 3 this afternoon. Final score 3-2. They're off Monday, then back at American Family Field Tuesday night, taking on the Angels. Coverage starts after the 6 o'clock news here on WTMJ. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads this evening. We do have one incident to look out for on 794 East at Lovell Street and St. Paul Avenue. Looks like that incident is pulled over to the right shoulder now. The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies, a low of 62. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 78. Could get warmer inland. On Tuesday, still mostly sunny, a high of 80. Wednesday, still mostly sunny, a high of 82. Thursday, we have a chance for showers, a high of 78. And Friday, thunderstorms could happen, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, it's 74 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 66. In Waukesha, it's 67. And in Milwaukee, it's 69 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
That sounds responsible, right? That sounds like a grown-up speaking. Fiscal discipline. That is what this country needs, right? So let me ask you, when the government, and again, I'm doing the air quotes, tightens the belt, who's standing underneath the belt when it snaps back?
I never ask anybody to agree, ever. Don't want you to agree. Honestly, should I be transparent? I don't really care if you agree. I, like you, want to be heard.
Live at the Avenue, here's Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I keep getting caught dancing on YouTube. I should probably stop that, right?
You're doing a great job.
Hey.
Go, Dr. Ken. So, Dr. Ken. Go, Dr. Ken. Hey,
Anyway.
hey, there you go. See, you got it.
The Illinois guy
You gotta laugh to
listening
keep
to
him
the
crying.
woman from Indiana who's living in Texas talking to the guy in Wisconsin. Okay, I got it.
There you go.
I got it.
I'm actually appreciative.
Text line is 855-616-1620. I'm sorry, you say you were actually appreciative of
This last break that we had because I'm drafting a public letter to the Chicago Bears organization.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But I digress.
Okay.
51 to 24? I'm sorry, y'all. I know this is Packer Nation. I know the Bears still suck. I know. But, I mean, there's levels to that.
Well,
there's
they're
degrees of unacceptable. Fire everybody.
Okay, it's only game
I'm sorry,
two.
y'all. Don't get me started.
And it's like
if you happen to be a Bears fan listening,
it's only game 2.
See, and that's the kind of talk right there. If you happen to be a Bears fan or you know somebody who's a Bears fan, come on board with me. You're not getting another dime, not one dime, not one.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Not even a nickel.
That's right.
Okay, I digress. I'm sorry. It's fresh. I'm emotional when it comes to my Bears. I mean, I'm just like, I got to write this letter now.
Game 2?
Okay.
I can see if they were like.
But see, for you, it's game two. You let 2 division competitors, Minnesota, week 1, Detroit, week 2, and
Detroit
and Jerry
was making
Jones.
up for getting whooped up on by the Packers. So there was a reason.
I was going to say, and Jerry Jones, he already did a checkmate, and no, actually, the Green Bay did it by getting Micah Parsons.
Dude.
Checkmate.
2 games,
It's
2
on
sacks.
And as much as I detest the Green Bay Packers, I'm not mad at y'all. I will not be shocked if y'all go all the way to the Super Bowl this year. I won't.
Yep.
I will not be shocked. Very upset, of course.
At who?
But I won't be shocked.
Upset at who?
At my team.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I'll be upset at the Packers too, because I mean, I'm a Bears fan. I don't use the word hate. We detest the Packers.
Well, if it's any consolation, the Ravens lost to the Browns 41-17 today. So
there is no consolation. Okay. Would you stop?
They were not by themselves. 262-210
But my thing
said, okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to change the subject.
Just one more question.
You are clearly.
I know, because you know, just one more question, then we'll go to
trying.
our Citing Unlimited talking text line. Just a quick question, y'all. All my sports fans, because whether you root for the Packers or the Bears or whoever, my question is, I should have been a professional athlete. How do you get the same amount of pay?
Yep.
How do you get the same amount of pay? I don't know the payment terms or the cadence. Is it bi-weekly, once a month, I don't know. But how do you get a check and you don't do your job? That's right. That's the world we live in. Okay, I'm ready.
Make bad movies, bad TV shows, get paid, and then they'll give them money to do a different one. We are in the wrong business.
Did you hear what I said, Dr. Ken? That's the world we live in. That's America for you. People get checks to either not do their job, barely do their job, or fail at doing their job. That's America for you. But anywho, yes, one of our valued listeners.
And we pay for it.
And we pay for it.
Yep.
And then when you fire them, what? What do you mean I got fired? Just because I'm late to work every day doesn't mean... What happened to the grace period? Shut up.
262-210. This way I can talk and her blood pressure can come back down.
You ain't lying.
We're slowly becoming a world of gangs. When you disagree with someone, you kill them. How do you change that mentality? Well, number one, you can't change the mentality. So whether you use a gun, a knife, your hands, a brick, violence should never solve anything. But then 414-587 said, I appreciate your show on Sunday nights. You give me perspective that I may not have thought about otherwise. It helps shape my understanding. I don't understand how black people do something horrible, it's evil in North Carolina. And when white people do something horrible, it's mental health in Utah. Maybe you're referring to how the media reports things. Yes, I am, but I'm also talking about other people that I know that are not in the media that pretty much say the same thing. Maybe you're referring to the media report things. Neither situation is acceptable. I just don't like inserting race into something that doesn't seem to be about race. Here's my issue with that. You don't get to dictate whether or not something is about race to someone else. That level of disrespect, I'm not feeling disrespectful about it. I'm just putting it in context. That level of disrespect means that you get to dictate when race is inserted and when it's not. That by itself is a problem because black people put up with that with white America every single day. How we wear our hair, how we dress, how we go to school, how we speak, how we stand, our education. Everything has to be to your liking and your acceptance so you feel okay. But then when we talk about it, you can't bring in race. Or we get the universal lie, right? Oh, you're playing the race card. No, it's not a card. You created it. Your ancestors created it. You're just reaping the benefits of it because you're in the majority and you really don't have to think about anything twice. We have to think about it 5 or 6 times.
And let me just add
to put in this context.
Yeah.
You say you're scared. A lot of people say, going south of Highway 60 in Wisconsin, you got to be careful. You don't want to go after south of Highway 60 after 10 o'clock at night. Watch me and my daughters and my wife and Denise. Better not go out of your house after 10 o'clock at night because we live in a white America. See, we're as afraid of you as you are of us.
And let me just further add to Dr. Ken's response. And the person that sent the message today, can I see their name? Because I just want to have a intimate conversation with them.
It's just the number 414-587.
Okay, so 414-587. I hear what you're saying. Okay, I get that it might not feel like race needs to be a part of the conversation. I get what you're saying, okay? But here's why it matters. And this is based on data, okay? I'm not even going to get into the feelings. 414-5. Every day, reports show that Black people, in terms of lack of access to health care, quality education, even recently, as of last week, an article showed that Black unemployment is consistently higher than the national average, even when education and experience are the same. So think about it like this. To further add to what Dr. Ken so eloquently shared, and I get it, because for a lot of non-Black listeners, you go to, why do we got to talk about race? Because it's uncomfortable for you. And as humans, regardless of our race, when things are uncomfortable, we don't want to deal with it. See, Black people, we have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable every day. So think about it like this. If two people run the same race, but one starts 10 yards behind, you can't just say, run faster. You acknowledge the differences. You have to acknowledge the key difference in the starting position if you want a fair outcome. That's what bringing race into the conversation looks like. It's about working towards fairness. It's not about further division. And the sooner that non-Black people understand what it's like, and when I say understand, the awareness of every time you talk to a Black person, even if the word race isn't brought up, you have to acknowledge that there is a difference. That's why when you hear Black people say, we have to work 10 times harder, no, I need you to understand that. That's why whenever I would hear certain white people say Black people are lazy, I'm like, are you kidding me? As an only child, and as a woman who sees white women being handled with the most fragility, and to see people look at me, and I got blonde hair. But when people see me as angry, combative, competitive, imagine getting up in the morning and having to spend a whole hour or two not getting the kids ready or even taking a shower or brushing your teeth or having your nice breakfast. No, Black, especially women, we have to get up earlier than everybody else to make sure that we construct ourselves just physically to make white people comfortable. So again, even if you don't like to talk about race, and if you think that it doesn't matter, trust and believe, I wish I didn't have to deal with it. I wish I didn't have to talk about it, but we are running the same race, but every day I'm starting 10 yards behind. That's why it's important that we start acknowledging the starting positions. Because sometimes even white people, y'all get a head start and we still get 10 yards behind. It's not about division. It's about fairness. And again, as a Black woman, I'm Black twice. Hello, I'm a woman and I'm Black. So even Dr. Ken can't even relate to that. When you are a woman and you're Black, honey, we are at the bottom. And so when certain comments are stated like Black women don't have critical thinking skills, I wish I could turn my camera around to show you how I live based on how hard I've had to work. I ain't asked for nothing. I'm not saying people haven't helped me, but trust and believe, I didn't inherit, I didn't steal, I work hard, and I guarantee you I've had to work 20 times harder than my white counterparts to just be able to have what I have unapologetically. I am smart. I can debate anybody. I am worldly. I have traveled the world. I have been in rooms that you wouldn't even believe in. But what I will not accept is someone who doesn't even know what it's like to be black to tell me in the world that I don't have critical thinking skills when that's all I have to do every day. That's all.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. What are your thoughts? Where are we going? Where does humanity go right now? What do the next year, what does it look like? Milwaukee is at a turning point educationally, emotionally, financially. Counties got issues, cities got issues, states got issues. What will 1 year from today look like? She's Denise Thomas. I'm Dr. Ken Harris. You're listening to Truth Unfiltered.
When it rains, it pours. But sometimes it hails. Or worse.
That tornado warning again is for Fond du Lac and Dodge County. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now.
Keep us within reach for Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts.
Even if a tornado does not touch down, we know that there are powerful straight line winds.
On 620 WTMJ and WTMJ.com.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10,000 for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run September 15th through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Welcome back to The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth Unfiltered. 855-616-1620 is the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, or 833-212-1017 is the Truth talk and text line, where I will be taking a well-deserved day off on Monday, and Denise Thomas will be, I don't know if Denise can fill in. She'll be taking over. She'll be taking over from 4 to 6, and then
I'll
join the DT takeover. And then And then I'll be joining her again at 6 o'clock for the rebroadcast of Truth Unfiltered on 101.7 The Truth from 6 till 8. So it's 4 hours of the DT takeover.
Oh, yes. I got to think of some really good topics. What do you say gangster for? See, don't be doing that, Dr. Ken.
I'm from Chicago. It's gangster. I'm gangster. What?
I'm not a gangster.
Wait, what? I didn't say I was a gang member. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm slipping back into my...
I'm a spiritual gangster. Look, I like yoga. I like long walks in the park. I am a spiritual gangster.
I've never done yoga before.
Are you serious?
I do want to try, because I like martial arts. I want to try Tai Chi. Because I like Gung Fu, Taekwondo. So I want to try Tai Chi.
You know what I think you would enjoy? I think you would enjoy, because there's like several, or there's variations of yoga. Right. I recently tried puppy yoga. And so a lot of, why you laugh? It is so...
Puppy yoga makes me think about the crane that ran into the transmission line and set on fire.
Oh my gosh! Dr. Ken, you would love it, because a lot of these yoga spots, they'll partner with pet adoption agencies. So like they'll have a theme, like it might be Yorkie Day or English Bulldog Day, or what's the long dogs? Dash, what do they call them? Yes, Dr. Ken.
And I'm with the teacher. You know.
Yes, Dr. Ken.
Sometimes you got to raise your hand.
You have the floor. You have the floor.
I don't like dogs.
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. I apologize. That was not very considerate.
They got crane yoga.
They got what yoga? What
they got crane yoga.
Oh my gosh!
Wait, they set the crane on fire. And okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway. Oh my. And then you had the nerve to bring Jessica back in. Poor Jessica. You are listening to Truth Unfiltered.
Social media is going to blow up with cranes on fire all over. I mean, did somebody get a picture of it?
I thought you were going to say social media is about to blow up. I'd have been like,
it's just a crane.
Thank goodness. Yeah. Social media we need a break. We need to take a break, y'all. He's still laughing at the cranes.
I don't know why that
makes me
can we
laugh
take a
when
break?
I
think about a crane catching on fire. Like, it's just weird.
Can we take a break from social media? I'm so serious. Can we just like make an announcement that we are officially unplugging from social media until
when?
Further. Let's just do a trial 30-day run here. Let's do a trial 30-day run.
We got to show the crane video first. Then we can.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, let's just entertain Dr. Ken with this crane.
Yoga? Do they have cat yoga?
Of course.
They have goat yoga.
See? They do. Why are you laughing? Anyway.
Are you serious?
You are listening to The Truth Unfiltered.
Wow. And
yes.
I don't even want to. Is that legal? Like,
yes.
Like, can they play that? That's not on a porn site or something? Like,
oh my God.
Like,
see?
Really?
That's your problem. Right there. Right. Evan, cut his mic off right now. Really? Anyway, if you're just tuning, now you got me laughing. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Truth Unfiltered with yours truly, DT and Dr. Ken. We've been talking about week was.
We're talking about goat yoga.
Dr. Ken.
Cat yoga.
Last week marked the 24th anniversary of 9/11. And with everything that happened last week, including the 24th anniversary of 9/11, we are witnessing a significant amount of violence, confrontation, unhealthy confrontation, while not even being aware, just the lack of awareness that is perpetuating what we're witnessing and what we're seeing. And before our first hour closing, I read the quote from James Baldwin that says, we can disagree and still love each other, unless your disagreement is rooted in my oppression and denial of my humanity and right to exist, which I think ultimately is where the most recent level of significant division that we've witnessed as Americans in this country, combined with ignoring, and I'm using that word intentionally, ignoring that race is usually, if not 100%, part of the problem. And before we went to break, I shared with one of our valued listeners, if it's uncomfortable for you to talk about race, imagine navigating it every day. And I hear what you're saying, because again, I want you to understand that it takes a lot to be open and transparent and say thank you for helping me understand, and thank you for saying that, because creating awareness and having this open dialogue is exactly what we need to do. If two people, like I said before, run the same race, but one starts 10 yards ahead, you can't just say, well, run faster. You got to acknowledge that there's a difference in the starting positions if you want a fair outcome. And that is what isms are about. It's not about creating division. It's not about, oh, here comes the black card, here comes the race card. It's about understanding and working towards fairness. Because I just find it so interesting when I hear some of my white friends say, Denise, it's not always about race. That's like telling, that's like telling, I'm just trying to, I don't know, the little kitty cat. Oh, you live by a swamp? Don't worry about those alligators. They don't matter. That's all I'm saying, is that if you are uncomfortable talking about it, try living it. Because I have to. As soon as I leave my house, I am a black woman in America. I have been labeled as incompetent, dumb, DE&I hire, check in the box, when I know that I have to work when I know 10 yards behind, shoot, I'm starting at 30. That's all I'm saying, Dr. Ken. And I appreciate you letting me get that off my chest, because I'm already mad at my Bears.
414-587 in response says, thank you for your response. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to understand how race was involved. It wasn't. You're bringing up a larger point. And so they say that you bring up a larger point, and I agree. I hear you, and your response helps. I work hard too, but acknowledge I had benefits that you didn't because I'm white. Thanks for what you do.
Thank
sincerely.
you. Thank you so much.
And I have a few issues with that.
Thank you for saying that. Why?
I'm okay. It's like I'm black and I'm a woman. And every day you go out, you can be black, you can be a man, but you can never be a woman. And then I would bring up, yeah, but being a man is different too. And that tends to mitigate, that tends to lessen your argument. Like, yeah, I'm like you too. Well, but you're really not. Because you don't see how race is involved is part of an issue that you have to accept the fact that other people can see the same thing in a different way. There's no need to mitigate what they see. There's no need to say that or push it down, because you understand how, I'm just trying to understand how race was involved. And then you said it wasn't. And then on top of that, you said, and you're bringing up a larger point. Like there's something more important than that. It belittles what a person is trying to say, because you're not putting what they're saying equal to you. That mindset is the problem. See,
I agree with that 100%.
When you avoid race, you get to talk like that. And now you're what? Teaching me something? And I'm using it in quotes. I'm not trying to offend 414-587. I understand what you're saying. But that way that you talk, it's like you're patting us on the head saying, yeah, but there's a bigger problem. You always tend, and I mean the ubiquitous you, always tend that when somebody brings up race, like Denise said, you run from it. Why? We can't. You get to use it.
We cannot.
Us. You get to use it toward us. When you're nice, you get to say, oh, by the way, the only reason I'm being nice is that you're black. Huh? This is weird. And when we come back, I want to explore that. The question is, do you? Signing Unlimited, WTMJ Talking Text line is 855-616-1620. Why do Denise, help me, because you've talked to corporations and you've talked to groups and business. Why does that point of view permeate America?
I will have your answer when we come back. Yes.
You're listening to Truth Unlimited. Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be right back.
Save big money on your roofing project at Menards with Owens Corning Shingles. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements and enhances the appearance of your home's exterior. Owens Corning Duration Shingles offer ultimate protection and impressive curb appeal. Choose from 24 colors of Owens Corning Duration Shingles and transform your home today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
You can order online at martyspizza.net even before we open. And that's great for catering your large group lunch, or just to make sure we get your delivery order where it needs to be right on time. We're big on catering, and we love to deliver to large groups like weddings. You can bet a Marty's Pizza will bring a second win to any party. For carryout, delivery, or dine-in 7 days a week with 150 seating capacity, or for your large group gathering, remember Marty's Pizza off 594 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Remember, Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember, Marty's Pizza.
Right off 594 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, representing the auto dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam member dealers employ more than 6,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 15th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil campaign. To date, Adam has donated over $953,000, which provided over 3.8 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ Talking Text line is 855-616-1620 or 833-212-1017 is the number. Truth Unfiltered, always unlimited, with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris. So Evan keeps making fun of the fact that I always say unlimited.
What is it? Because I'm following your lead.
Yep. So,
all right. So,
yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Dr. Ken, because I'm gonna put my Dr. Ken hat on it and take us all to class for a second.
As they say in puppy yoga, roll. What was that Scooby Doo? Anyway.
That was Scooby-Doo. Now, before we start talking about the difficulties and the discomfort in discussing race, and for those that say, well, why do we even have to talk about race? Why has it always got to be about race? Well, here's something interesting. Did you know, I'm going to put on my young Sheldon hat. Fun fact. The concept of race was invented by a human being as a meaningful biological category to serve social, political, and economic purposes, most notably to justify and perpetuate slavery and colonial exploitation. Let me give you some more information. This goes back to literally the 18th, I think as far as back as the 16th century. So the concept of race emerged, whether it was the 16th or 18th century, we'll say a long, long time ago, as the Europeans, their powers were engaging in global exploration, conquest, and the transatlantic slave trade, which is what we often hear as colonialism. The need to justify the subjugation and brutal exploitation of African and indigenous people led to the development of an ideology that claimed that they were inherently different and inferior. So by classifying people into races based on physical appearance, particularly skin color, it became easier to rationalize their enslavement and displacement. Now you can Google these two names, Carolus Linnaeus and Johann Friedrich Blumenbach created 5 human categories: Caucasian, Mongolian, Ethiopian, American, and Malay. And what was interesting, Johann coined the term Caucasian and placed Europeans at the top of the hierarchy, which was already a clear indication of the subjective biases at that time. So I first, before we get into why we got to talk about race, white people invented it. This is a concept that was driven by colonialism. So I just had to start with that, because when we talk about why and what makes it, you think it's uncomfortable to talk about it? Well, then go holla at your boy Carolus and Johann, because first of all, race is not biological. It is something that was created to further perpetuate bias, hierarchy, superiority, just by someone's physical appearance. Did you ever think about that?
And think about this, the fact that when people discover things, they decide what they're going to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Blumenbach, the German, was into racial anthropology. So when he found things and created things, he made up names for it. He called it what it is today. That's why, and I'm going to say something that can be deemed insensitive, but do you remember growing up, Denise? I'm sure your parents do. Children that had, we used to call it mental retardation.
Mm-hmm.
We call it something different today. They used to be called mongoloid children because of the shape of their eyes and the way that they looked, which is completely wrong when you think about it. But at the time, those were the classifications that they use. But when you have Caucasians because of the Caucasoid Mountains, when you have Mongolians because you have Mongolia, when you like all these things that people created and made up, if you really think about it, it was the laziest way to do it anyway, and it caught on.
Is it? Yeah.
And it's all really morphological differences because somebody decided, well, I don't know, Denise is short in stature. And, every time I talk to people that are short in stature, their intellect is less. Your forehead is really big. Your eyes are really beady. Remember growing up?
See now? Preach, Dr. Ken. Preach, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Race was a man-made concept. And I cannot tell you as a black person, because I do not identify as African American. That's a whole other episode. Like if somebody says Denise, an African American woman, I'm gonna say, let me stop you right there. I'm not African American. I'm not a minority.
Right.
I'm not a minority. Ain't nothing minor about me. I'm making major moves. I'm a major boss, and I'm gonna do things in a major way. So don't put anything with me to do anything with minority or minor. Now, with that being said, I get it. It is difficult to talk about something that is tied to centuries and centuries of injustice, violence, and systemic, meaning that, again, man-made inequalities. So for many of us, whether we're white or black or brown, see, going into this whole man-made race thing, bringing it up is like opening up a wound.
For who?
And it makes it, there's a lot of black folks, you know, when I say this, because this is Truth Unfiltered, you know, I'm not going to say that. Let me be respectful.
No.
Because you have a lot of black people that hate themselves.
Right. There you go.
And in order for them to feel as though they matter, I was great to do something else, but I was going to say it like it was just me and you in the room, Dr. Ken.
No, don't do that.
There's a lot of black people.
We want to come back and actually have
we want to come back.
Okay.
There are a lot of black people in this country that have so much self-hatred. They literally hate the fact that they were born black. They resent black people. They resent going to neighborhoods or convenings that are majority black. And they're black because they have been conditioned to resent and hate themselves. So those are the kind of black folks that I'm talking about. Like, literally, whether it was due to upbringing, their environment. Because what I find is that a lot of...
But what if I don't want people to think something about me? So when I'm with my group, that's pretty much all white, and I'm the only black person there. What's the one thing black people do when they walk past each other?
Do the head nod, like
right. I have students who are in a big group will literally look down at the floor so they don't have to look at me to nod or even acknowledge I'm alive.
You know what? Here's the thing, Dr. Ken.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it this way.
Say it.
There's two types of people when it comes to talking about race and racism. There's two types of people. There's the person that feels like, oh, that's history. And there's the people like me where it's a daily reality. And so when you have to try to have a conversation and you're on one side and the other person is on the other side, yeah, you're not going to experience humility. You're not going to experience empathy. You're not going to experience listening. And you're not going to experience honesty. That's why I quit talking to a lot of folks about race. Oh, Denise, would you shut it up, for crying out loud? It's always got to be about race. Wow. You created it, you perpetuate it, but you're the victim.
Yeah, but
you're listening.
But I benefit from it, so we got to stop that. When I did benefit from race, it was after COVID and people bought stuff and I played along with DEI. I was the same person that got rid of it faster than I got it because it didn't serve my purpose. Oops, I'm sorry. I said that out loud.
I'm so glad you did. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're going to, the reason why people don't want to talk about racism is because people don't want to, they want to make it seem like when Morgan Freeman, and Lord knows I love me some Morgan Freeman from an actor standpoint, but he was like, why does it matter? As he's interviewing with Mike Wallace, a white man, a white Jewish man, 60 Minutes. One of the most long-standing, how do you classify those types of shows? Journalism.
I would say a legacy TV
news
show.
Thank you. I think it's called like a broadcasting magazine, like broadcast magazine type shows.
Nobody alive today has ever lived when there wasn't a 60 Minutes on the air.
Preach. And I grew up, like, I know what it's like. I know who Andy Rooney is, okay?
Sunday
I'll
night,
leave it at
6
that.
o'clock. Yes, Lord.
CBS, I know who Andy Rooney is. My mother, and God bless her, because I hated it then. That word. I detested it then, but I'm so glad she made me watch 60 Minutes, Jeopardy when I was pregnant, because she was like, you can be playing all that ratchet music with my grandbabies. They don't listen to Jeopardy. And so anyway, the reason why people don't like to have conversations about race, because you got to be honest. Right. And you got to talk about some things that are uncomfortable. And no, it is not history. It is the past. It is the present. And based on what happened last week and what continues to happen in this country, it will be in the future.
All right. You're listening to Truth Unfiltered. Denise Thomas. I'm Dr. Ken Harris. Signing Unlimited, WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
The Department of Defense versus the Department of War.
I feel safer already.
I know you're being sarcastic.
It's a waste of our time and energy. It's a waste of money, and it will cost billions of dollars to do this because every envelope, every building signs, little signs going into parking lots at the Department of War, all that stuff has to be changed over time.
There is so many other pet projects like this that feel like it doesn't move the needle at all. It's not helping the average person at all.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10K for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
You're listening to The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
Just like music. To relax my mind so I can be free and absorb the sound that keep me round. Doing my thing constantly with no worries. Peace to Keith Murray. Just like music.
Hey.
You're listening
Go
to
Evan.
Truth
Go Evan.
Unfiltered. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Signing Unlimited talk and text line is 855-616-1620. I told 414-587. First of all, thank you for your comment. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for sharing. But you too give us a lot to think about as well. And that's why people like 414-587 or who was it who called from the Sheboygan Falls. Here you can say how you feel. You're not going to get bashed or beat up, or that's my job. Denise is here to beat me up, and then I take the
That's
brunt
right.
for everybody. Okay,
And I'm undefeated. Undefeated.
Legend in her own mind. That's okay. Go let her. No, but it's here, so you're able to say without people judging you because you're white or black or Hispanic or Asian or male or female or whatever. that you can speak your mind and let's have a conversation about it. Me and Denise disagree. Probably, I would say
100%.
For
No, I'm
maybe maybe 50% of the time, right? Because I'm always talking about guy stuff and she's always talking about woman stuff. Imagine that.
We disagree all the time, but I love Dr. Ken. Like you can't say nothing bad about Dr. Ken unless I say something about him first. No, I'm just playing. You can't say anything bad about Dr. Ken.
I get it's like everything, right?
I'm a loyal person,
right? So I get to beat her up, but you can't. I get to say something, and we can get into it, but y'all can't. Like, what are you doing fighting her? Like, wait a minute, what? Can't do that. You got
it?
Okay.
This family over here, like, stay out of family's business, and let me be clear. Dr. Ken and I have gotten to some heated debates, heated disagreements, but then it's like, okay, let's go grab something to eat, or let's go whatever. Like it's
not personal.
How I was raised.
It's just a point of view.
Yeah.
And then we'll get off the air and go, I was thinking about what you said, but what about this? Oh yeah. And end up convincing the other person to take the other person's side. We still don't agree. So yeah.
And it's not even about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to try to make you feel the way that I feel in order for us to be friends. Right. And that's where I'm just lost because, my children, they're 27 years old and 30 years old, and we have debates all the time. And it's usually them against me. I get it,
Well, that's the smart way to do it.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, those are like, I'm still mom and those are still my babies. And
right.
I really wish that we could get to a point in this country, in this world, as human beings, where we could talk about racism in America in a way to where we're listening to learn, understand, and we're not shying away from a conversation that has been avoided and has left so many wounds untreated and so many cycles unbroken. And all it takes, Dr. Ken, to your earlier question, because yes, and I appreciate acknowledging that, I've had a significant number of Fortune 100 companies hire me, procure my coaching and facilitation services. Mm-hmm. And I always make sure that when we level set the expectations, and even when we're starting the dialogue, is we talk about honesty, humility, courage, but also here's some things that you may not agree with. If that happens, then listen to learn. And if you still feel a sense of offense or disrespect, just go to that person and say, hey, I'm not sure what you meant when you said this, but it made me feel whatever that emotion is. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention because I know as a good person, that wasn't your intention, but I just want to let you know how it made me feel. See, that's what we got to get to.
Let me
because it's not about blaming, it's about building.
Exactly.
I was going to say it's not about blaming, it's about building.
Let me sum that up with Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, like Denise said, get understanding.
The world is watching, America. The world is watching what was supposed to be the greatest country in the world. What we gonna do?
We're gonna change Milwaukee first. Start at home.
There you go.
Thank you, Evan. Appreciate you, as always. Denise Thomas, effective communication coach, always there to save the day. Appreciate you. We are off next week.
Appreciate you.
And
yes.
we will be back. I'll be back a
the
couple
following
weeks later.
week.
She'll be back like 29 times a week. She'll be on my show today, tomorrow. Like, you just taking over the world. See? That's the problem.
That's what I told you. That's why I'm not a minority. I'm so major, y'all. Making major moves. So major.
We are out. God bless. Take care.
Save big on your next project.